What if you could make an extra $1,000 every single month, starting with nothing but your time and a willingness to show up? No degree required, no special skills required, no experience required, no startup capital required. Just you, a phone or a laptop, and a few hours per week that you are probably already spending on things that are not making you any money. Now, I know what your brain just said. That sounds too good to be true. And I completely understand that reaction, because the internet is absolutely full of people making ridiculous promises about easy money that never actually deliver. So let me be very clear about what this video is and what it is not. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not passive income that magically appears overnight. This is not a secret loophole that only a few people know about. This is a practical, honest, actionable breakdown of real ways that real ordinary people with no special background are consistently making an extra $1,000 per month. Right now, in the real world, $1,000 per month is $12,000 per year. That is a car payment eliminated. That is a vacation fully funded. That is an investment account growing every single month. That is the difference between financial stress and financial breathing room. And by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly which path fits your life and exactly how to start walking it today. Let us go. Before we get into the specific methods, I want to reframe how you are thinking about $1,000 per month, because most people hear that number and immediately think that sounds like a lot. I could never make that extra. And that framing is the first thing we need to fix. $1,000 per month broken down is $33 per day. Think about that. $33 per day. That is not a business. That is not an empire. That is one task, one gig, one small service delivered with consistency every single day. Or look at it this way. 5 clients paying you $200 each per month equals your $1,000. That is 5 people. 5 human beings who need something you can provide. Not 5,000 customers. Not a viral product. 5 people. Or it is 2 weekend gigs per month at $500 each. 2 days of focused work between relaxing and living your normal life. The mental shift I want you to make right now, before we go any further, is this. $1,000 per month is not one big scary goal. It is several small, achievable actions done with enough consistency that they add up to a number that genuinely changes your financial life. Now let us look at 7 ways to make those small actions happen. Method number 1. Delivery and errand services. And I put this one first deliberately, because this is genuinely the fastest path to making your first extra dollar. You can sign up for DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, or Amazon Flex today. Be approved within a few days, and be making money this weekend. No interview, no resume, no skills assessment. If you have a car, a bike, or in some cities just a phone, you can start immediately. The earnings are real. Delivery drivers typically earn between $15 and $25 per hour, including tips depending on their market and the platform they use. Someone working 15 to 20 hours per week around their existing schedule can realistically clear $600 to over $1,000 per month. Now here's how to maximize this method. The drivers who earn the most are not the ones who work the most hours. They are the ones who are strategic about when they work. Friday and Saturday evenings, lunch rushes on weekdays, bad weather days when other drivers stay home but demand surges, sporting events and concert nights. Learning your local market and working the highest demand windows consistently is the difference between average earnings and excellent earnings on the exact same platforms. The honest watch out with this method is vehicle wear and fuel costs. Make sure you are tracking your actual expenses so you know your real net earnings, not just your gross. Method number 2, selling unused items and reselling. Here's a question I want you to sit with for just a moment. How many items in your home right now have not been touched in over a year? Clothes you no longer wear, electronics sitting in a drawer, furniture in storage, books collecting dust, kids' toys that nobody plays with anymore. Every single one of those items is money sitting idle in your home right now. And platforms like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Poshmark, and Depop make it genuinely easy to convert that idle inventory into cash within days. Most people who do a serious audit of their home find enough sellable items to generate $200 to $500 within the first 2 weeks alone. That is money that is already yours, just sitting there waiting to be unlocked. Now, once you have cleared your own inventory, the next level of this method is reselling. Visiting thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, and clearance sections to find underpriced items you can resell at a profit online. This sounds simple because it is, but it is not mindless. The people who earn real money reselling have learned specific categories where they can reliably spot value. Branded clothing, vintage electronics, collectibles, niche hobby equipment, specific book categories. You pick a lane, learn it deeply, and the profit margins become very predictable. Someone reselling part-time 10 to 15 hours per week in a category they understand can consistently clear $1,000 to $3,000 per month from visiting thrift stores and listing items on their phone. Method number 3, freelance services online. And this is the one where I need you to pay the most attention, because most people wildly underestimate how accessible this has become. When people hear freelancing, they immediately think, I need to be a designer, a developer, a writer, a marketer. I have no special skills. This is not for me. But here is what the freelance marketplace actually looks like in the real world. Businesses, entrepreneurs, and professionals are constantly outsourcing tasks that require nothing more than basic computer literacy, attention to detail and reliability, data entry, virtual assistant work, managing someone's email inbox, scheduling appointments, researching information online, transcribing audio recordings, managing social media posts that have already been written, responding to customer messages using provided templates. None of these require special skills. None of these require a portfolio. None of these require previous freelance experience. They require someone who shows up, does the work carefully, and communicates clearly. And platforms like Fiverr and Upwork have millions of businesses actively searching for exactly this kind of help right now. Today, this weekend, a virtual assistant working 15 hours per week at $20 to $30 per hour earns $1,200 to $1,800 per month. And as they build their reputation and client base, those rates only climb. The honest key to making this work quickly is starting with a rate that gets you hired fast, delivering outstanding work, collecting 5-star reviews, and then raising your rate as your profile grows. The first client is the hardest. Everyone after that gets easier. Method number 4, local services. This is the method that has been working for people long before the internet existed, and it still works exceptionally well today. Possibly better than ever, because platforms like Nextdoor, Facebook groups, and Thumbtack make finding local clients faster and easier than any previous generation has ever had it. The list of local services that people consistently pay for is long: lawn care and yard work, dog walking and pet sitting, house cleaning, car washing and detailing, handyman and minor repair tasks, moving help and hauling, pressure washing, window cleaning, gutter cleaning, senior assistance and errand running. None of these require certifications, none require special tools beyond basic equipment most people already own, and none require any previous professional experience. They require showing up on time, doing the work well, and being pleasant to deal with. Here's the realistic math on just one of these: a dog walker charging $25 per walk. Walking 4 dogs per day, 5 days per week earns $500 per week, $2,000 per month. From walking dogs, the path to clients in local services is almost always the same. Post clearly with a photo and description in your local Facebook groups and Nextdoor. Offer your first job or first week at a discounted rate in exchange for an honest review. Then ask every single satisfied client for 1 referral. 1 referral per client builds a full schedule faster than any advertising you could ever do. Method number 5, content creation and monetization. Now, I put this one in the middle of the list with full transparency because it is the method with the highest long-term upside and the longest time to your first dollar. So let me be completely honest about what this looks like in reality. Creating content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or a podcast will not make you money in your first month. It probably will not make you money in your first 3 months. The path to monetization through ad revenue requires building an audience first, and that takes time and consistency. But here's why I included it on this list anyway, because the people who start today and commit to 6 months of consistent content creation often look back a year later and say it was the single most impactful financial decision they ever made. And here's the part nobody tells you. You do not need special skills to create content. You do not need professional equipment. You do not need to be an expert. You need to document something real that a specific group of people find useful, entertaining, or relatable. A parent documenting how they feed their family on a tight budget. Someone showing their journey paying off debt. A person reviewing products they actually buy and use. A local resident making videos about their city. None of these require a degree or a special talent. They require consistency and genuine value. The monetization paths beyond ad revenue are what really accelerate the income. Brand sponsorships, affiliate links, digital products, coaching. A small but engaged audience of 10,000 real people can generate more income than a viral video ever will. If you have a long time horizon and can commit to consistency, no method on this list has a higher ceiling. Method number 6, renting what you already own. This is the method that genuinely surprises people the most because it requires the least effort of anything on this list, and it works with things most people already own and are currently not monetizing at all. Let me walk you through the most common examples. Your spare bedroom, or a room you rarely use, can be listed on Airbnb for short-term stays. Depending on your location and how often you make it available, the single room can generate $400 to $1,500 per month, with minimal ongoing effort after the initial setup. Your car spends most of its life sitting parked and earning you absolutely nothing. Platforms like Turo let you rent your car to other drivers when you are not using it. $300 to $900 per month from a vehicle that was previously just depreciating in your driveway. A parking spot in a desirable location near transit, stadiums, hospitals, or airports can generate $50 to $300 per month consistently through platforms like Spot Hero or by listing locally. Storage space in your garage, basement, or attic can be rented to neighbors who need extra storage through platforms like Neighbor. Even camera equipment, power tools, camping gear, and sporting equipment can be rented through peer-to-peer rental platforms when you are not actively using them. The common thread is simple. Things you own that sit idle most of the time can be earning money for you with almost no ongoing effort once they are listed. This is as close to truly passive income as anything on this list gets. Method number 7, and this is the most important one on the entire list, skills you already have. I want to say something directly to you right now, something I genuinely believe, and that the data on how people actually build side income consistently backs up. You already have something that other people will pay for. Right now, today, before you learn anything new, before you buy any course, before you read another book, you might be able to cook, teach someone else to cook, do it in person, online, through a class, through a catering service for small events. You might speak 2 languages, tutoring, translation, interpretation. These services are in constant demand. You might know how to fix cars better than most people. Basic car maintenance tutorials, mobile mechanic services, consulting for people buying used cars. You might be exceptionally organized. Home organization, moving assistance, administrative services. You might know a city or neighborhood better than anyone. Tour guiding, relocation consulting, local content creation. You might be great with children. Tutoring, babysitting, homework help, sports coaching. Here's the mindset shift that makes this click. What is obvious and easy to you because you have done it for years feels incredibly difficult and valuable to someone who has never developed that skill or knowledge. You discount your own expertise because you have had it so long you forgot it was expertise. The practical step I want you to take right now after this video is to write down 10 things you know how to do that most people around you do not. Do not filter for what seems impressive. Just write the list. Then ask yourself, which of those 10 things could someone reasonably pay for? I promise you there are at least 3 items on that list that represent a real income opportunity you have been walking past every single day without seeing it. Here's something that most side income advice completely misses, and that I think is genuinely important for you to understand. You do not need to find one single method and make it produce $1,000 on its own. That is one approach, but it is often the harder approach, especially when you are just getting started. The easier and faster approach for most people is combining 2 or 3 smaller methods that each contribute a portion of the goal. Consider the quickest start combination. Delivery driving 2 weekends per month earns you $400. A weekly local lawn care client adds $300. Selling a few items from around your house adds another $200 to $300. You just hit $1,000 without any single method needing to be your entire income engine. Or the lowest effort combination. Listing your spare parking space and renting occasional storage earns $400 without any active work after setup. Reselling 10 to 15 hours per week adds another $600, $1,000, 10 to 12 hours of real active work per week. Or the highest growth combination. Start freelancing as a virtual assistant for $600 per month. Create content consistently while building your audience in parallel for another $100 to $200 as it grows. Package one existing skill into a small service or tutorial for the rest. This combination grows. 3 months from now, the freelance income is higher. 6 months from now, the content begins monetizing. A year from now, you may be well past $1,000 per month from the same initial investment of time. The point is that combinations remove the all or nothing pressure from any single method and dramatically increase your chances of hitting the goal consistently every month. Before we go to the action plan, I want to talk about the one thing that actually determines whether any of this works for you, and it is not the method you choose, it is the mindset you bring to it. Here is the honest reality of starting any side income from zero. Your first month will probably not go as well as you hope. You will spend time learning how the platform works, figuring out pricing, making small mistakes, getting rejected, or ignored more than you expected. And almost everyone who quits in that first month. They try it for 3 weeks, it does not immediately produce the income they imagined, and they concluded it does not work. But here's what happens if you stay in the game. Month 2, you have figured out the platform. You have made your first few sales or completed your first few jobs. You understand what works and what does not in your specific market. Month 3, the compounding begins. Repeat customers, referrals, better reviews, higher placement on platforms, more confidence in your pricing. The same hours you were working in month 1 start producing significantly more income. Month 6 and beyond is when the income becomes reliable, predictable, and often surprising in how well it has grown from the very humble beginning you started with. The mindset principles that separate people who succeed with side income from people who do not are simple but non-negotiable. Start before you feel completely ready. Consistency of effort beats intensity every single time. And treat your first month as tuition for the education that makes every month after it profitable. The only failed attempt is the one you never start. Let us bring it all home. 7 real paths to an extra $1,000 per month with 0 special skills required. Method 1. Delivery and errand services. Start this weekend. Method 2. Selling and reselling. Start this week from items already in your home. Method 3. Freelance services online. Sign up today and land your first client within 2 weeks. Method 4. Local services. Post in your neighborhood groups this weekend and start taking bookings. Method 5. Content creation. Start now and commit to 6 months. The highest ceiling of anything on this list. Method 6. Rent what you already own. List your assets this week and start earning from things that were earning you nothing. Method 7. Skills you already have. Identify your 3 most monetizable skills today and take 1 step toward packaging and charging for them. $1,000 per month broken all the way down is $33 per day. You can do this. More importantly, you deserve to experience what an extra $12,000 per year does to your financial life and your sense of what is possible for you. Here's what I want you to do right now before this video ends. Pick one method from this list, just one, the one that resonates most with your current life and situation, and commit to taking one specific action toward it before you go to sleep tonight, not tomorrow, tonight. Sign up for DoorDash, list 3 items on Facebook Marketplace, create a Fiverr profile, post in your local Facebook group, list your parking spot, write down your 10 skills. Whatever the one step is for the method you chose, take it tonight. Then drop a comment below and tell me which method you are starting with this week. Not eventually, this week. I read every single comment and I will personally reply to yours. And if this video gave you something real, something you can actually use, share it with one person in your life who is struggling financially right now. One person who needs to hear that there are real, practical, accessible options available to them. Your share could genuinely change someone's financial year. Subscribe and hit the bell, because every single week we go this deep on the financial topics that actually matter for your real life. This is Kasongo. Your extra 1,000 is waiting. The only step left is starting. I will see you in the next one.